My name's James Creighton. We're just on the border of West Wicklow, but we're in Kildare. Our farm is a dairy farm. It's 180 acres in size, and 12.5% of that is space for nature. So I was born here on the farm. At first I studied zoology and was working in Dublin Zoo for about 15 years. I met my husband there and convinced him to come down and work on the farm here with me. My father was only thrilled, and he left us a wonderful legacy here with a really nature-friendly farm. And with my zoology background, I really wanted to make the most of this. So we're not very strict on our weed situation. We do try to control it to a degree, but mostly in a non-chemical way. But you can see behind us we have a lot of thistle and even ragwort, but we want to keep enough that we can sustain biodiversity. The ragwort is very important to the cinnabar moth, for instance. So you want to allow that cinnabar moth to be able to have its full life cycle as well. So there's a certain amount that we need to ensure that it remains protected on the farm also. So, and then the thistles, they do bring a huge amount of food for our pollinators. So they also have a place. So you don't want to necessarily override your whole farm with thistles, but you do need to have a place for them. So here we have our forest. My father planted this about 30 years ago. It is planted up with all native species. It's 1 hectare in size, and it was planted on an area that was very wet and unproductive anyway. So it was a great use of this particular spot of the land, and it has brought a huge amount of biodiversity as well to the farm. And again, obviously it's not used for agriculture, so nature is able to do its thing in here. An important thing about having, wild areas within your farm is to ensure that there's enough biodiversity in your plants that will allow for flowering plants throughout the year, so that your pollinators don't have only one source of plants to be able to feed off. So you've got plants starting in the spring, such as your willow, you've got your dandelions, and you go right through, you've got your hawthorn as well. And it goes right through into the summer, that you have all sorts of different other flowering plants as well, and into the autumn. And then also ivy is a very, very important plant for your insects as well throughout the winter too. So it's important that we allow for the diversity on our farms to protect the species throughout the year.
3 years ago here, it was very exciting on the farm. We set up a camera trap here in the forest just to see what we were picking up at night time, and we've seen many different mammal species. We've seen the foxes obviously coming in and around the forest, and we've seen a badger, plenty of hares and plenty of rabbits. But one of the exciting things that we picked up on the camera was the pine marten, and that year the pine marten had some kits. And obviously for the last number of years, pine martens numbers were quite low, and they had been a species that was in decline for a long time. So to actually see them in a habitat that has been created here on the farm, and them actually breeding successfully, was a great source of joy to all of us here in the farm. So we haven't seen any since, so we've just presumed that they have headed off in their own direction. But no doubt once they've bred once before here, there's no reason why they won't breed again. Come on. Come on, up, up. The herd is mainly comprised of, traditionally Rachel's father would have a cemental herd, and then it had changed over the years then to a bit of British Friesian and some Holstein and the Shorthorn in there. So the way we've been going down now with the way derogation is and that, well, maybe we need to be a bit more adaptable with higher solids and higher proteins and that. So myself and Rachel and Barney have started the journey now of going into Montbéliard, the French breed. So we've started to slowly start to change the herd, to introduce more. So this year we had 25 now new replacers coming into the herd, and over time then they will start to replace the British Friesian Holstein to get up to a more Montbéliard genetic base. So that's the reason we're changing.
Dairy farming can be intensive, but it doesn't have to be exclusively intensive. It can absolutely include the environment that's around it. I'm the mother of 3 children. They're 11, 9 and 5 years of age, and they're getting a really good example as to what farming is, what dairy farming is all about, but also I suppose our enthusiasm for protecting the environment is rubbing off them as well, because the environment is their future. It's their air, it's their food, it is their security. Children in general need to learn the importance of the environment that is around them, because as we have now learned, it is so easy to lose it, and we need to know how to protect it, and we have to do everything in our power to protect that environment.